Alright, once again I'm here in Twisted, and there's already a storm on the map with an amazing risk. It's 4,000 cape, 8.6 lapse rates, 63% humidity, 85 dew point, which I believe is max, and 100 degrees temperature, which is only 5 under max. Now, there's no mesocyclone or anything yet on this storm, so can't exactly tell which direction it's going, but definitely very unstable with this giant hail core. So hopefully there's like a mesocyclone or something that'll tell me which direction the storm is moving. I'm 90% sure that it's going northeast, but again, I have no clue. So there's finally a mesocyclone over there, and it looks like if it is moving the way I think it is, and yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely moving north, because this used to be like way down here, but I'm gonna need to turn around or something, because I have to go here, and I am down here. So yeah, definitely moving northeast, no doubt about that at this point, but now that means I have to go northwest, mainly west though. So I'm looking over there, and that is a very fat rain wrap, so hopefully a fat tornado will come with it. I was gonna go down there, but this storm is moving incredibly fast, so I'm gonna go the next road ahead. So it has now touched down. It's very difficult to see because of all the trees, but there is a brief cone on the ground over there now. And I believe that should stay a cone for its lifetime with that tornado shape, I guess. And it's definitely a stronger one too, because this is already a yellow TVS and it's just now touched down. So I don't think it's gonna like wedge out or do anything like that, but it's definitely gonna be a more impressive tornado. So this thing is now tearing up trees absolutely everywhere over there. That's where the main amount of the trees are on the map, like right over there. And then obviously there's Route 15, which is just all of that you see over there. But this is probably, I don't know, I'm probably gonna make it to the tornado in time, but then again, I've just now entered the storm, so I have a little bit to go before I get there. It is just now an orange TVS as well, so I'm thinking like maybe right at this intersection or even right before it should be okay, and I'm just now approaching Funkley, so I don't have that long left to get there, but it's not gonna be, I don't know, I might be cutting it close with this one. So to my surprise, this actually is not yet a red TVS. It's still orange and actually has shifted a little bit further north, so that means I'm gonna have to continue going for a little bit longer, but this tornado is actually moving incredibly slow, unlike I thought it was, but oh, it is now a red TVS. But I'm glad that I went the extra road ahead, because if I went there, I would already be about intercepting the tornado, so I need to get probably right here at the sign and then deploy. And yeah, it's now a pink TVS as well, so I think right here should be good unless it shifts or does something stupid. But for the most part, right here should be the best spot, and actually now that I'm looking at it, this is probably the strongest it'll get, but it could wedge out. And I'm fully deployed here, and I'm definitely going to be safe, and I'm 90% sure that this will be a successful interception. And there is now another storm down here with a hail core at Hibbing, and then a hook right over Mizpah. But by the time this forms a tornado, it's going to be way over by Hibbing, Wanaska area. And of course, the tornado did shift to go north, but I'm still here, and I might be able to intercept it, and I have 166, almost 170 now on the Mesonet, and yeah, it just broke 175 even there. So I might get up to 180, so I don't know. With this positioning, obviously it wasn't too great, but I feel that this positioning was the greatest that I could have gotten, because I was already all the way deployed by the time it shifted, and well, obviously I can't change. I will go 30 feet into the air and probably a mile whatever way it decides to flank me. So there's the tornado right there. Actually, it's ridiculously wide. I wouldn't say it's a mile wide, but it's definitely up there. And I don't know why it does that, but sometimes when you like click on the map, it puts your cursor way up in the corner by Andrusia. It's a little bit weird, but oh wow, I didn't even realize it, but there is horrible ground scarring here, and I almost have 200 mile an hour on the Mesonet, and just about to break it. Yeah, 200 miles an hour. So definitely glad I chose Tiv 2 for this. And it has now shifted to go toward Waukesha, so instead of going down here, I think I am going to stay on this tornado, but then again, it's going to be rather difficult to do that, since, well, I guess I clicked undeploy a bit too early, because as soon as I pressed the button, I just went a million miles toward the tornado. And where did it put me? It looks to be this. Oh no, this is Hazelton, so I guess I might be able to get to Waukesha then. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to make it to Waukesha in time, and Hibbing is actually in the crosshairs of this tornado now, so maybe, I don't know, I might be able to get there in time, but that is extremely powerful, and by the time I get to Waukesha, I believe that the tornado might be there, since I am quite far away. Oh yeah, and definitely not gonna be able to make it seeing that. There's already power flashes absolutely everywhere in Waukesha. And oh my goodness, it's not even close to Waukesha, it's further this way, and Waukesha's going berserk with the power flashes already. And I don't know if this is touched down or not, but whatever it is, it's threatening Hibbing. I don't know if this has a chance of hitting Waukesha or not, but I'd say with where it is and stuff, it's unlikely, but that is an extremely powerful tornado nonetheless, and it, well, probably won't hit Angora, but it definitely could. Obviously, Waukesha is the main worry. So, as you can see, Waukesha is there in the screen, and the tornado is now passing it, so for the most part, I'd say Waukesha is, I guess, I wouldn't exactly say safe, because it definitely could clip the edge of Waukesha in the north, but, oh, never mind, seeing where it is, it's definitely safe. The tornado's just a lot larger than it appears to be, and I don't know, that could be a mile wide, but I doubt it is. So, basically, this down here is, I'd say, most likely touched down, and yeah, I'm now pretty much in Waukesha, and that's not doing anything, and that's touched down over there, not very wide, it's just a little bit of a rope. It's the second tornado of the day, so I don't expect too much out of it, and I guess I'm gonna move down to Funkley then, and I'm getting screen shake from a quarter mile away now. Wow. So yeah, Waukesha's homes still got roof shingles wiped out and trees with lost leaves, and well, yeah, I'd definitely say they don't have electricity since all those power flashes happened. But this tornado over here is headed right for Funkley, so I'm gonna want to get down there, and it's just now upgraded to an orange TVS, and it's still headed right for Funkley. And then this one up here is headed right for Angora, and heck, for all I know, is probably in it already. Yep, this definitely went right through Angora, so Angora is literally the smallest town ever. The entire town consists of 3 mobile homes, and this one over here is now a red TVS and still threatening Funkley, so I'll want to get down there in the city limits so I can hopefully catch it if anything happens. So I'd say Funkley is mostly safe from this. Well, never mind, I think a house might be lost, maybe these 2 houses back here, but for the most part I see it hitting here, so this is where I'm gonna choose to deploy, and I can't see it anymore, but that one up there is actually dying. It's now only a red TVS. I'd say it might have been a mile wide, but most likely not. And yeah, Funkley is probably gonna get destroyed by this. Although they have turned off their tornado sirens, not sure why that is. And there's actually a third mesocyclone over here, didn't even realize it. and this is headed right for Hazelton, so that could be interesting. And yeah, here's this. It's incredibly weak, and I'm not even gonna successfully get it, so I'm just gonna undeploy and then head for Hazelton. So the wind speeds on this tornado, obviously I didn't successfully intercept it, but the wind speeds just barely peaked over 100 miles an hour, and Waukesha somehow is perfectly safe. Now I want to head over to the Hazelton mesocyclone, and it looks like it's going to do absolutely nothing to Hazelton. It's gonna send most of its damage to either Palisade or potentially Welchenville over here. And I didn't even realize that this one's now a pink TVS, but I don't think that's gonna get any bigger than what it is, since it's lasted so long already. And yeah, it's already back down to a red TVS. And this one over here is not yet touched down, but I'd say probably about to be. And oh, well, it had a funnel, but now it doesn't. I would assume it's recycling, and yeah, there it is. It has another funnel. Oh, I didn't even realize it, but it's touched down, ripping apart Hazelton. So there is that, and that is potentially going to wedge it out because of its location and size, and especially since it's just recently been spawned. So this is now a yellow TVS headed right for Palisade, so I don't think I'll be able to intercept that one because of where it is and the direction it's heading, but I'll definitely be able to get close to it. So I have an idea. I'm gonna skip Route 15 and go to the highway so I can get a little bit further, and well, don't really care about the traffic flows right now. I'm just gonna head down the wrong way on the freeway. Now, one reason that this has a great potential for it to be a wedge is because of the extremely low mesocyclone it is attached to. I expect mostly minimal damage in Hazelton. Since it only formed in Hazelton, it didn't do a horrible amount of damage. Well, it's now headed right for Palisade, and it's now an orange TVS. I expect this to probably get to a pink TVS and wedge out, and actually potentially wedge out before it reaches a pink TVS, so there is that. Now this isn't going to stay my main target for that much of an amount of time. If there's another storm anywhere south of me, then I'm definitely going to go for that, because this is headed right for, well, nowhere. And, okay, well, there's a massive debris ball in Palisade now. And I wouldn't call it a wedge yet, but as I was saying, if there's anything south of me, I'm gonna go chase that, because these are headed for off the map. And now there's a pink debris ball in Palisade, and somehow only a PDS warning and not a tornado emergency, so there's that much. So I'm gonna exit the highway here, and then I'm gonna go inspect the damages in Palisade, not expect them, that doesn't make any sense. But this is now pink TVS, and I wouldn't call it a wedge just yet, but it's getting close. And that, I would say, is probably lifting any minute now. There's debris in the road all the way out here. I'm only remotely close to Palisade, and actually that's just lifted. So I guess, well, I don't know. I do need gas. I don't even know if there's a gas station here, and if there isn't, worst comes to worst, I'll just go down to Hazelton. But I believe there is, and the pumps... Actually, no, there is no gas station. I thought that Blue House there was gas pumps left up. So overall damage, I would say, in Palisade is... Well, these houses aren't the most well-built, so... I'd say probably somewhere around EF2, EF3, something like that. Probably just EF2 though, so now I have to go down to Hazelton so I can get gas so I don't run out before doing anything else. And yeah, seeing that in the lightning strike there definitely hasn't wedged out, and oh, it won't. It's now dying. It's only a red TVS. So here was the second tornado, the one that we intercepted about here. Extremely skinny, but it did look like we got it at its peak actually. And didn't even realize it, but it went right through Waukesha, so I guess I gotta go check that out in a minute. So the other tornado was actually pretty wide, but yeah, it went right over Angora. I'd say Angora is nothing but bits and pieces of wall around everywhere. And Waukesha would have minimal damage from this tornado, but I'd like to measure it to see how wide it is. Yeah. Oh wow, 1.8 miles wide on the outer wind field, but almost a mile on the inner wind field, 3,900 feet. But yeah, this is definitely the wider tornado so far. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that nothing else has really popped up so far. Normally there's like stuff absolutely everywhere still. It's only 10:20 p.m. Don't see why there shouldn't be another pop-up around here. So I'm looking over here well, from the looks of it, Waukesha looks basically fine. And still no storms popping up over here yet, but would not be surprised if one of those clouds there blew up or something like that. And actually, don't see anything here, so not likely. And there goes that entire storm system, actually. And there is still a little bit of an anvil from that storm, I believe. Normally the storm is more centered with the anvil, and if it isn't centered, it's usually on this side, so not sure what that's exactly about, but I guess that doesn't matter so much. Doesn't make much sense. I'm here in Waukesha. The tornado obviously went right through here, but all of the buildings for the main part are absolutely fine. I don't see any damage anywhere except for a couple buildings all the way out there with a little bit of messed up roof shingles, but apparently this was like either yellow or green TBS when it was here, and there's actually another pop-up around Funkley there, so that's nice. And the one that we intercepted that started in Hazelton and went over Palzoid actually finally lifted, so I can look at the track for that. And, well, obviously there's not much left of Palzoid, we already looked at that. But, see here, the track says the full wind field a mile, so that's not really that much damage. Now, I don't really have to inspect Palzoid because the maximum damage there is EF3 damage, and I can guarantee that all 3 mobile homes in Palzoid are going to be flattened. Actually, I was mistaken. In Palzoid, the maximum potential is not even EF3 damage, it's EF2 damage. So, I guess Palzoid just, or not Palzoid, Angora. I kept saying Palzoid when I was talking about Angora, so a little bit of a mistake there, but, so it looks like the storm here mainly, well, it's gonna probably do something about a hook. Well, unless this is the hook and it's just a weird, like, smaller storm with a bear's cage, but if this is the hook, it's probably gonna hit like Hazelton, but if it forms another hook down here, Hibbing is in the most danger, but seems like this is a bear's cage hook here, so I was mistaken, and it actually is forming a little bit of a hook here in the Funkley area, but if it stays where it is, I would assume that it would be... Actually, no, it's not. It grew south a lot. It's not a bear's cage, and the mesocyclone would be right in this area and would threaten mainly 10 killer if it doesn't lift by the time it gets there, so... Oh, never mind, there's another massive area, unless this is a whole new storm system that's targeting Wanaska now. So, luckily, except for this one that was north of Hazelton, looks like Route 15 is, for the most part, fine, and I can say that this is the same storm system with just a massive hook. I believe the main part of the hook is down here, so biggest threat I see to anywhere would be the 10 killer Huron area still. So basically, if I see this doing anything, I see it going, well, if it lasts long, that is, it's going to probably go through this Huron-Nateville area, take that apart, then go up to the Wadena Chandler area, but I don't see this doing that much damage to anything anymore, especially since the risk has been downgraded to a moderate over the hours it went on. So stuff is starting to happen a little bit further north than I thought it would. I would expect the mesocyclone to be further down here, but it's way up here, and I see the most damage being in this area-ish, somewhere around here in that intersection. So there is a tornado coming down over there, and I am positioned in pretty well, and that is a stovepipe off the start here. So I'm definitely gonna have to go a little bit farther north if I want to intercept this, but I don't see much of a great opportunity for anything cool to happen, so I'm guessing here-ish would be the best spot, and actually it just oh, never mind, it's lifting. Oh yeah, storm hour is pretty much over, so that was not a great experience for anything, but well, I don't see much else happening for the rest of the storm day, so that is going to conclude this video, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!